Today in maths we are going to recall and use multiplication facts of the 5 times table. Okay, so on Friday we were counting in fives. Now we're going to see if we can write it down as multiplication facts. So can we count in fives? Let's see if we can count in fives. So we've got 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then after that we have 55. And then the last one is 60. Remember, each time in between here we are adding 5 more. So the difference between 30 and 35 is we're adding 5 more each time. So this is how we write the 5 times table into a calculation. So 1 times 5 equals 2 times 5 equals. So when I say it, let's see if you can say the answer. 1 times 5 equals 2 times 5 equals 3 times 5 equals 4 times 5 equals 5 times 5 equals 6 times 5 equals 7 times 5 equals 8 times 5 equals 9 times 5 equals 10 times 5 equals 11 times 5 equals and 12 times 5 equals. Let's see if we got it right. So 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 5 is 20, 5 times 5 is 25, 6 times 5 is 30, 7 times 5 is 35, 8 times 5 is 40, 9 times 5 is 45, 10 times 5 is 50, 11 times 5 is 55, and 12 times 5 is 60. Now remember, when you're doing the times tables, you don't have to write the 5 in the middle. You could have, if we take this one, for example, you could have 5 times 8, and that still gives you the same answer as 40. Okay, the 5 can be at the beginning or in the middle of the calculation. So here is your do it. So you're going to calculate what 5 times 3 is. Remember, what you're doing is you're adding 5 each time, just in case you don't know. So it'll be 5 plus 5 plus 5. Okay, and then your answer goes here. So 5, 10, 15. So I've done the first one for you. The next one, 5 times 5, 7 times 5, 5 times 8. Remember, it doesn't matter where the 5 is. And then the last one is 12 times 5, but remember, you must write the answer at the beginning. Okay? So pause the video now and do your do it. Now we're going to do the twist it. So the twist it says, Colin thinks that 7 times 5 is 36. Explain why he's incorrect. So the first thing we need to do is we need to work out what 7 times 5 is. So let's count in 5, and we're going to count to 5 7 times. So I'm going to write the numbers down to 7, 5, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm going to count to 5. So 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 5 is 20, whoopsie, 5 times 5 is 25, 6 times 5 is 30, and 7 times 5 is 35. So that's what our answer should be, but obviously Colin has got it wrong. So what you're going to do is you're going to write in your books, Colin is incorrect because, and then you need to write what Colin has done wrong. So let's have a look. The 10s are the same, but what about the 1s? It's the 1s that aren't right. So you're going to describe what Colin has done by mistake to the 1. Has he added 5 on, or has he maybe added more on? So make sure you write Colin is incorrect because, and the spellings are there, so they should all be spelt correctly. You could also write, instead of incorrect, wrong. That's fine. So Colin's incorrect because, and then you write your answer. So pause the video now and do your twist it. So this is your solve it. Now we did one of these last week and they are tricky. Hopefully we might be able to see if we can do this one, and I'll give you a little bit of help and see if you can do this one by yourselves. So the first one numbers to fill in, the ones that have got 2 in a row are much easier. So 5 and 15. So we've got 15 divided by 5 equals. So let's see how many 5s go into 15. So 5, 10, 15. Oh, okay, 3. So 3 goes here. Okay, now the other one that will be easy will be 6 and 10. So 6 times 10 is, let's count tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 60. Okay, so 3 and 60, those numbers will have to stay the same. You can't change those numbers. Now we've got 3 and 10. So 10 times 3, or 3 times 10, equals, let's count the tens, 10, 20, 30. So that has to be 30. And then this one, 6 times 5, or 5 times 6. Let's count in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so 30. So those numbers there, they all have to stay the same. But now you've got to work out 2 numbers that you can, so 18 is the answer, and we're doing a division sum. What 2 numbers can we divide that make 18? So you need to go through and start with your 2 times table. Does 2 divide into 18? Which it does. Start with your 3 times table. Does 3 divide into 18? And then you could go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so see which numbers go into 18. I'm not going to tell you the answers. I want to see if you can work out what the answers are. So what 2 numbers go in here? You're going to put one of these numbers up here, and then you're going to put the other number here in this box. And then once you've worked out those answers, then you can work out the rest of it. Okay? And I want to see, maybe there's more than one way of working this answer out. Maybe there isn't. Maybe there's just one way. See if you can do that. It's a little bit tricky, but we've done this before, so I think you guys will do a really good job. Don't forget to take a picture of your work today, your Do It, Twist It, Solve It, and put it on Google Classroom so I can see it and mark it. Well done for today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.